Hello, this is Livia Blackburn. I am making a video for the students of Greenville Elementary, and thank you so much for reading I Dream of Popo. I got some questions in from you guys, and so I'm just going to go ahead and answer them. So the first question is, what inspired you to write the book? My life experience was very similar to that of the little girl in the story. When I was growing up, I was very close to my Popo, and then I also moved to the United States and kept in touch with my Popo using long distance phone calls, and we visited once a year. And so once I grew up, I wanted to write a book that told the same story. And I also had a daughter and started reading more picture books. And so I think once you start reading more and more picture books, you start wanting to write one. And so I did. The second question is this book about me? It is not exactly about me. For example, I didn't move to San Diego. I moved to Albuquerque. And also, what else? I never did video chats with my grandmother. I did long distance phone calls. So, a lot of the details are slightly different, but the basic story about, a girl who moves to the United States and keeps in touch with her grandma is pretty similar. Third question is, why did you choose to focus on your grandma and not other people that you were sad to leave? I think it's because this book was also inspired by dreams I had about my grandma. And so I would have them, and I would dream that I was speaking English to her, just like the little girl in the book. And so because they were inspired by those dreams of my grandma, then that's what ended up becoming the book. And also, I was just very close to my grandma also. I think she was the relative I was closest to, other than my parents who came with me. Let's see. Why did the little girl have to move? So that, I don't really have an answer to that. I like to leave that open for readers to fill in the blanks. So my parents had to move because they got a job in the United States, but there can be lots of other reasons. Let's see. Are there other things that you miss? As far as things I miss in Taiwan, I miss the food in Taiwan, and mostly I miss the food in Taiwan. I definitely don't miss the weather. It's too hot there. And I don't miss the giant bugs because they have giant flying cockroaches and giant spiders, so I don't miss those either. Let's see. Another question is, what was in the red envelope? So red envelopes are usually something, I'm going to switch arms because my hand's getting tired. They're usually something that are passed out during Chinese New Year. So the adults give them to the kids. And inside there's usually money. So, anything from like $5 to $20, depending on how generous your relatives are and how old the child is. Let's see, how long did it take you to write this book? It didn't take me too long. I'd say it probably took me about, a few hours to write each draft. And then I wrote maybe 2 or 3 drafts. And then in between, I showed it to people. It took the illustrator much longer. It took her over the course of a year to come up with all the pictures. But as far as just writing the words, that was pretty quick. Let me see what else. I think that's all the questions we had. So thank you very much again for reading.